What's going on, everybody? This is your best friend in real estate, David Stoltzman. Here, the whiteboard Viking is back. We're going to do a little example on what happened in an article that came out in the Wall Street Journal earlier this week about Collin County and the home builders in it. The article was really doom and gloom. It pretty much said that we're all screwed in DFW, our housing market's going to tank. So stop watching this right now, just go start setting stuff on fire and I'll meet you in a minute. No, I'm just kidding, don't do that. So what the article was saying was that there's an oversupply and builders outbuilt themselves and we're done for. Now, I'm here to dispel most of that, but also I'm here to tell you what happened, what it looks like as a builder, and then what it looks like for us in our general housing market economy. I'm going to bring you all the way back to high school, maybe college economics. Shout out to the TCU economics department, best that there is. So here we have a table and I'm about to jump right in. So ready? Here we go. So here we have the price of a home. We have the number of homes in the market, price, number of homes. You have your supply curve here, you have your demand curve here, and then the quantity you're selling at that point, and then the price you're selling at that point. So this is basically a representation of the market before everything got hot. Now, this is a simple example. I don't need any Harvard PhDs chiming in. Well, really, dumbass, no, I don't need that. Again, simple example, a lot of things are held constant, so there's your disclaimer. All right, so this is the market before everything started to heat up. Now, when we started to get hotter, a lot of buyers came onto the market. It's one of the biggest reasons why we were heating up. What does that tell a home builder to do? It tells them to build more homes. So what happened? Home builders increased their supply of homes on the market, just like the market told them to. Now, once they did that, they have a different quantity of homes in the market, and it increased the number of homes in the market because they shifted their supply that way. They increased their supply. Now, when you increase your supply, you increase your quantity, of course, but now you have a new price that you have to charge. Price goes down. Well, is that exactly what happened? No, of course not, because if you've been paying attention across the country, it's more expensive to build a home for home builders. The reason is they have an increase in labor costs because there's a shortage of labor. They have an increase in material costs because there's a lot of demand for new homes. And they have a increase in land costs because there is a demand for land to build homes. And there's also some interest rate stuff, but that's more of a demand problem. This is a supply problem. So what happened? They shifted their supply, they increased the supply, they increased the number of homes in the market, and now they have a new price what they can charge. Well, again, they can't charge that because they're in the for-profit business. They're not a charity. Builders aren't building just for fun. They have to put food on the table and pay bills like everybody else. So what it created was a price floor in the market. What builders can't go below when they're selling homes. And it's called a price floor because you can't go lower than the floor. It created a price floor. Now, they have a point where they can't sell below that price. But they just increased their supply. They increased their quantity. The market's telling them to sell down here. Well, they can't. So what happens now? Well, you have an increase in, a further increase pretty much, in supply than what the market is demanding. And what that creates then is a surplus and dead weight loss, as they call it in economics. Shout out to TCU yet again. So if builders can't decrease their prices to make everything perfect, well, they have to decrease their quantity now. So what they're doing is they got to get rid of as much quantity as they can to get back to the price that they want. So that's essentially what's happening. Quick as I could do it, there are too many homes in the market than what the builders are wanting to charge. They can't decrease their price, so they have to decrease their quantity. Now, that, of course, is doom and gloom for a builder, but it's not doom and gloom for the entire macro economy of the DFW housing market. This is just a micro problem inside of macro. We still have a really strong market, guys, in DFW. It's one of the strongest in the country still. We have pretty much 3 months of inventory across the board, and a balanced market is 6. So 3, it's still a hyper seller market. You start to get a little bit more inventory as you go up over the 6s, but mostly it's still a strong market, and it's still a great market if you're buying or if you're selling. With interest rates increasing, of course, you're going to have some buyers that it doesn't make sense to buy, and some sellers that doesn't make sense to sell. But if you're selling and buying, it's still a great time to sell and buy. You just have to keep your expectations as a buyer or seller in check when you're going through this process. But what does this mean for everybody else? Well, there's a garage sale on new builds out in Collin County. So if you want to find a deal, I would go out there. Now, some builders, not all, but some do cut corners because they have to make a profit. So make sure, biggest thing I could tell you is bring your inspector out there and make them go through the house. When you get the report back, put it in the builder's face and make them fix everything. I'm sure that they probably will to move the home. So that's all I got for you guys. I know it was a lot. Please comment or call, text, email me. Trust me, I want to hear from you. We can talk about this for hours and just nerd out together. So thanks so much again for watching, guys, and look forward to the next one. Hope everyone has a great week. Thanks.